What if I told you that while everyone's arguing about whether data entry jobs are scams or gold mines, I applied to 47 different positions over 3 weeks to discover the shocking truth. And what I found will completely change how you think about work from home opportunities. Some people are quietly building stable careers, doing legitimate data entry with flexible schedules and steady paychecks, and others are getting scammed out of hundreds of dollars by fake job postings that look completely real. Right now, as I'm speaking, there are legitimate companies desperately trying to fill data entry positions that nobody wants because they sound boring. Meanwhile, thousands of people are falling for elaborate scams promising easy money that steal their savings. I'm about to reveal the complete truth about data entry work, which companies are legitimate opportunities and which ones are designed to rob you blind. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to spot the difference and whether this path is right for your specific situation. I'm Antoine Wade, and for the past month, I've been conducting the most comprehensive analysis of the data entry market that I've ever seen anyone do. And what I've discovered will save you from wasting months of your life. Here's the truth that will protect you from both missing real opportunities and losing money to scams. 60% of data entry job postings are elaborate fraud schemes, but the 40% that are legitimate offer something most people completely overlook: predictable income with almost zero competition. While everyone's debating whether data entry is real, smart people are quietly securing positions that pay steady money because nobody else wants to do repetitive work. They're not getting rich, but they're building stable income while everyone else argues online. I analyzed over 200 job postings, spoke with 15 people currently doing data entry work, and tracked down the actual hiring managers at legitimate companies. What I found was a market completely misunderstood by almost everyone talking about it online. The data entry market has a massive information gap. People either think it's all scams or all easy money. The reality is far more complex, and navigating it requires knowledge that most people don't have. 3 weeks ago, I witnessed two people that have completely opposite data entry experiences, and their stories reveal everything you need to know about this market. Carmen, a 19-year-old college student, found a legitimate medical data entry position with a healthcare company. She now works flexible hours from her dorm room with a steady paycheck and predictable schedule that fits around her classes. She makes a little over $1,700 per month, working 20 hours per week. Meanwhile, Marcus responded to what looked like a legitimate data entry opportunity. The company had a professional website, official-looking emails, and even fake employee testimonials. He paid $200 in training fees, received fake checks worth $2,500, and ended up owing his bank over $2,000 when everything collapsed. But here's what really got to me. Marcus told me he felt stupid for falling for it, but the scam was so sophisticated that even I had trouble spotting the red flags when he showed me the original job postings. Same week, same job search. Carmen found stability and flexibility while Marcus lost money and trust. The only difference, Carmen knew warning signs that separate legitimate opportunities from elaborate fraud. How many people are missing real opportunities because they can't tell the difference between legitimate $25 per hour positions and elaborate scams? How many are losing to fraudsters when they could be earning steady income? And how many are dismissing the entire field because they think it's all fake? Here's what will completely change your relationship with data entry work. The secret isn't avoiding all data entry jobs, it's learning to identify the legitimate opportunities buried under the scam epidemic. Here's a paradigm shift that protects your money and finds real opportunities. Legitimate data entry exists in specialized industries where accuracy matters more than speed, but scammers flood the market with fake opportunities designed to steal from desperate job seekers. There are 4 types of data entry work where companies actually need reliable people, plus red flags that identify scams designed to rob you. Let me break down each category with real examples and honest pay ranges. Medical data entry involves entering patient information into healthcare databases for hospitals and insurance companies. This is legitimate because healthcare systems process millions of patient records and billing claims annually. What you do is actually enter patient information, insurance claims, and medical billing data into specialized healthcare systems like Epic or Cerner. The work requires attention to detail because errors can affect patient care and insurance processing. Real companies hiring right now include CVS Health, which regularly posts remote medical data entry positions. Conduent hires for healthcare data processing, and IQVIA needs medical record specialists, and United Healthcare Group and Anthem both hire remote data entry workers for claims processing. Companies need this because healthcare generates massive amounts of data daily, and every patient visits creates documentation, and every insurance claim requires data entry, and every billing process needs accurate information. HIPAA compliance requires trained, reliable workers, and remote work is standard due to data security systems. The reality check is that you'll spend hours entering medical codes, patient demographics, and billing information. You'll work with ICD-10 codes, patient insurance details, and treatment records. It's methodical work that requires focus and attention to detail. If you are detail-oriented, comfortable with technology, or have healthcare experience, you can learn medical data entry. The training is comprehensive because accuracy is critical, and most companies provide 2 to 4 weeks of paid training. Category number 2, legal data entry, from $20 to $35 per hour. Legal data entry includes transcribing court recordings, entering case information, and managing legal document databases. Law firms and courts need this because legal proceedings generate enormous amounts of documentation. What you actually do is listen to court recordings and type exactly what was said and enter case details into legal databases like LexisNexis and organize legal documents for law firms and government agencies. Real companies hiring include Rev.com for legal transcription work. Daily Transcription specialize in court reporting. Transcribe Me has legal division work. Many court reporting firms hire remote transcriptionists. Government contractors like CACI hire for legal data processing. This is legitimate because courts require accurate transcripts for legal proceedings. Every deposition needs transcription. Law firms manage thousands of cases and documents, and government agencies need legal data for public records. Accuracy directly impacts legal outcomes. The work reality is that you'll listen to legal proceedings, depositions, and hearings, then type detailed transcripts. You'll work with legal terminology, proper names, and technical language. The work requires excellent listening skills and understanding of legal formatting. You need fast typing speed, usually 75 words per minute or higher. Legal terminology knowledge helps but isn't always required. Many companies provide terminology training, and the pay is higher because the skill requirements are more demanding. Category number 3, insurance claims processing, paying from $16 to $25 per hour. Insurance claims processing involves entering information from accident reports, medical claims, and policy applications into insurance company systems. What you actually do is review accident reports, medical documentation, and insurance forms, then enter relevant information into processing systems that determine claim approvals and payments. Real companies hiring include Allstate, which regularly posts remote claims processing positions. State Farm hires for claims data entry, and Progressive needs remote claims specialists. Geico posts data entry positions for claims processing, and Aetna and other health insurers hire for medical claims entry. Companies pay for this because insurance companies process millions of claims annually, and every car accident creates paperwork, and every medical claim needs processing. Accurate data entry affects claims processing speed, and errors can cost companies significant money. Remote processing is standard industry practice. The daily reality is that you will review documents, extract relevant information, and enter data into insurance systems. You will work with claims forms, medical reports, police reports, and damage assessments. The work follows clear procedures and has measurable quality standards. Insurance experience helps but isn't required. Attention to detail is critical. Most companies provide training on their specific systems. The work can be emotionally challenging when processing serious accident or medical claims. Category number 4, government contract data entry, from $15 to $22 per hour. Government contract data entry includes census work, public records management, and federal agency data processing through approved contractors. What you actually do is enter information for government agencies, including census data, public records, tax information, and federal program administration. Real companies hiring include Kelly Services, which handles government contract staffing. Maximus specializes in government health and human services contracts. CACI provides technology and data services to government agencies. Conduent has government services division, and Robert Half places workers in government contract positions. This is reliable because government agencies require massive data processing, and census work happens continuously, not just every 10 years. Public records need constant updating. Federal agencies process applications, forms, and documentation daily, and background checks ensure legitimate employment. The work structure is that you will follow detailed procedures, meet quality standards, and work with sensitive information. You will enter survey data, process applications, update public records, and manage government databases. The pace is steady and the expectations are clear. Government work often requires background checks. U.S. citizenship may be required for some positions. The pay is modest but reliable, and benefits are often included, and job security is high because government contracts are long-term. Now I'm going to share with you the complete protection system that identifies data entry scams so you never lose money like thousands of people do every month. These red flags will save you from financial disaster. Red flag number 1. Unrealistic income promises. Any job promising excessive hourly rates for basic data entry is designed to steal your money. Legitimate data entry follows industry pay standards, and I'm going to tell you exactly what those standards are. Look for promises of $40 or more per hour for basic typing. Legitimate medical data entry tops at about $28 per hour. Legal transcription maxes at $35 per hour for experienced professionals. Claims that you can earn $500 per day from home typing. Legitimate data entry working full-time might get you $150 to $200 per day maximum. Income claims that seem too good to be true, like $3,000 per week for part-time work. Emphasis on money rather than work description. Scammers lead with income promises because they know people are desperate for money. Real employers focus on job requirements and qualifications, not income promises. And legitimate postings describe the work in detail and mention specific software or systems and provide realistic pay ranges. Here's how to verify pay claims. Check salary websites like Indeed, Glassdoor, or PayScale for specific job title and company. Real data entry jobs will have consistent pay information across multiple sources. Scam jobs will have pay claims that are way above industry standards. Red flag number 2. Upfront payment schemes. Real employers never require money for training, software, or background checks. Any job asking for upfront payment is stealing your money. And now I'll show you exactly how these scams work. Common scam tactics include training fees for specialized software, and they'll claim you need to pay $200 for proprietary data entry software. Background check payments, where they will ask for $50 to $100 for employment screening. Equipment or software purchases, where they say you need to buy specific computers or programs. And registration or processing fees, claiming you need to pay to access their job database. Here's the reality about legitimate employers. They provide everything that you need at no cost to you. Training is provided and paid for by the company. Software access is free through company systems, and background checks are paid for by the employer if they are actually required. Equipment is either provided or you use your own computer with free software. The psychology behind payment scams is that once you pay money, you are emotionally invested and more likely to ignore other red flags. Scammers use this to extract more money through additional fees. Red flag number 3. Check cashing frauds. If they send you checks before you work and ask you to buy anything with that money, it's a money laundering scheme. The checks will bounce and you will owe the bank the full amount. Here's exactly how the fraud works. The fake company sends you a check for $2,500. They tell you to deposit it and use $2,000 to buy software or equipment from their vendor. You keep $500 as your first week's pay, and you deposit the check and send the $2,000 to the scammers. The check bounces after 3 to 5 days. You owe the bank $2,500 and the scammers have your $2,000. Banks are required to make funds available quickly, but that doesn't mean the check has cleared. It can take weeks for a fake check to be discovered. You are responsible for any money that you spend from a fraudulent check. Real employers pay you after you complete actual work. Payment comes through direct deposit, company payroll systems, or legitimate pay platforms. Never deposit checks from employers you haven't worked for. And if someone sends you money before you work, it's always a scam. Red flag number 4, vague job descriptions. Legitimate data entry jobs specify exactly what type of data you will enter and which systems you'll use. Scams use vague language to attract more victims because they're not offering real work. Same language examples include easy data entry for big profits and no specific work described, just promises of easy money. Make money from home typing doesn't specify what you're typing or for whom. Simple computer work doesn't explain what kind of computer work or what skills are needed. No experience necessary. Real data entry jobs require specific skills like typing speed and accuracy. Legitimate job language says medical records, data entry using Epic system, and tells you exactly what data and which software. Insurance claims processing is proprietary software and specifies a type of work and mentions company systems. Legal transcription for court proceedings describes the specific type of transcription work, and government contract data entry for census project explains the purpose and the type of data. Real job postings include specific requirements like typing speed, accuracy standards, experience needed, software knowledge, and work schedule details. They describe the company, the purpose of the work, and what success looks like in the role. Red flag number 5, immediate hiring without assessment. Real data entry jobs test your typing speed, accuracy, and attention to detail before hiring. Scams hire immediately because they're not actually hiring anyone for real work. Legitimate hiring process includes skill assessment and typing tests, and most companies require 40 to 60 words per minute with 95% accuracy. Interview process with specific questions about your experience, availability, and work preferences, and background verification for sensitive data work, especially in healthcare and government. Training period with performance evaluation to ensure you can meet quality standards. Scam hiring process includes immediate acceptance via email. They'll tell you you're hired without any evaluation, no skills testing or interview. They don't care about your qualifications because there's no real work. Urgent pressure to start immediately. They want to move fast before you realize it's fake and focus on payment processing rather than work details. They'll spend more time talking about how you'll get paid than what work you'll do. Think about it logically. Why would a company hire someone for data entry without testing their data entry skills? Real companies need to know you can do the work before they invest time and money in training you. Let me share 4 real experiences that demonstrate both the potential and the pitfalls of data entry work, and these stories will help you understand what success looks like and what disasters to avoid. Aisha was working retail for $12 per hour with unpredictable scheduling that made it impossible to plan her life. She found a legitimate medical data entry position with a healthcare company after applying to 12 different positions over 6 weeks. The work involved entering patient information into healthcare databases with comprehensive training provided. Aisha appreciated the clear expectations, steady income, and the ability to work consistent hours from home. She started at $19 per hour and now makes $22 per hour after 8 months. But let me be honest about the challenges. The work is repetitive and requires intense concentration, and Aisha had to learn medical terminology and healthcare privacy laws. Some days are mentally draining because you're processing information about sick patients. 6 months later, Aisha uses her data entry experience and healthcare knowledge to transition into medical administration roles with better growth potential. She's now applying for patient coordinator positions that pay from $35,000 to $40,000 a year. David was a struggling musician making inconsistent income from gigs and music lessons. He needed stable income that would allow him to continue pursuing his music. He found legal transcription work that pays $25 per hour for experienced transcriptionists. The transition wasn't easy. David had to improve his typing speed from 45 words per minute to 75 words per minute. He spent 3 months learning legal terminology and transcription formatting. The work requires excellent listening skills and patience with difficult audio quality. Now, David works 25 hours per week doing legal transcription, which gives him stable income while maintaining flexibility for music opportunities. He makes about $2,500 per month, which covers his expenses and allows him to pursue music without financial stress. The reality is that legal transcription is mentally demanding, and you're listening to depositions about accidents, disputes, legal problems all day. But David values the flexibility and steady income it provides. Keiko used data entry work strategically as a bridge income while developing customer service skills. She treated the position as temporary while building qualifications for better opportunities. She started with insurance claims processing at $18 per hour. While doing data entry work, she took online courses in customer service and virtual assistance, and she used a steady income to invest in her skill development without financial stress. After 18 months of data entry experience, Keiko transitioned to a virtual assistant role with higher pay and growth potential. She now makes $28 per hour, helping small business owners with administrative tasks using the organizational skills that she developed in data entry. Keiko's success came from viewing data entry as a stepping stone rather than a destination, and she had a clear plan for using the income and experience to build towards better opportunities. Marcus's experience shows exactly how sophisticated these scams have become. He responded to a job posting that looked completely legitimate. The company had a professional website, official-looking emails, and even fake employee testimonials. The scam unfolded over 3 weeks. First, they conducted a fake interview over email. Then they sent employment paperwork that looked official. They explained that he needed to buy specialized software for $200, which seemed reasonable. Next, they sent him a check for $2,500, telling him to buy the software and keep $300 as his first week's pay. Marcus deposited the check and sent $2,200 to the software vendor. The check bounced 5 days later, and Marcus owed his bank the full amount. What made this scam particularly cruel is that Marcus was unemployed and desperate for work. The financial loss was devastating, but the emotional impact was worse. He felt embarrassed and lost trust in legitimate remote work opportunities. Marcus's story highlights why scam protection knowledge is so critical in this field, and even smart, careful people can fall victim to sophisticated fraud schemes. So here's the complete analysis. Are remote data entry jobs worth pursuing, or should you avoid them entirely? The answer depends on your specific situation, expectations, and the ability to navigate the legitimate opportunities. You need flexible income while building other skills. Data entry is perfect for students balancing education and income. It provides steady money while developing higher value abilities, and flexible scheduling accommodates other commitments. In low-stress environment allows for focus on learning. The real example is Sarah works 20 hours per week doing medical data entry while completing her nursing degree. The healthcare experience and a steady income support her educational goals. You can successfully navigate scam-heavy markets. You understand how to research companies thoroughly. You recognize red flags and trust your instincts, and you're comfortable with detailed verification processes, and you resist high-pressure tactics and unrealistic promises. You are comfortable with routine, detail-oriented work. You find predictable tasks calming rather than boring, and you have strong attention to detail and accuracy. You maintain focus during repetitive activities, and you prefer clear expectations and measurable performance. An important consideration: data entry work can be mentally draining for people who need variety and stimulation, and be honest about your work preferences before committing to this type of role. You view this as bridge income, not career destination. You're using stable income to fund other goals. You're developing more valuable skills simultaneously, and you understand the limitations and plan accordingly. You are building towards opportunities with growth potential. You are looking for high growth potential. Advancement opportunities are limited in most data entry roles. Skill development is narrow and doesn't transfer broadly, and automation trends may reduce the future opportunities. Income ceiling is relatively low compared to other remote work. The automation reality is that AI and machine learning are already handling basic data entry tasks. Companies are investing in software that scan documents and extract data automatically. While this creates some new jobs in data verification and quality control, it reduces demand for basic data entry. You need immediate high income. Even legitimate data entry rarely exceeds industry standards. Most positions offer steady but moderate compensation. High-paying claims are usually scam indicators, and better income opportunities exist in customer service and virtual assistants. Let's be specific about income expectations. Working full-time at $20 per hour gives you about $41,600 a year before taxes. That's decent money, but not enough for expensive living areas or aggressive savings goals. You are not tech savvy enough to spot scams. The fraud rate makes this field dangerous for inexperienced job seekers. Scam sophistication requires strong research and verification skills, and financial losses can be significant for those who fall victim. Emotional toll of scam experience can be devastating. You need variety and intellectual stimulation in your work. Data entry is repetitive by nature. If you get bored easily or need creative challenges, this work will be frustrating and unsustainable. Virtual assistant work has similar entry requirements with better growth potential. Starting pay is comparable at $15 to $25 per hour. It develops transferable skills in organization and communication. Higher income potential through specialization. Clear career progression paths toward operations management or consulting. Customer service roles offer comparable flexibility and remote work options. Skills development in communication and problem solving. Advanced opportunities in management and training, and better preparation for higher level positions. Many customer service roles lead to sales, account management, and team leadership positions. Content moderation has similar pay ranges with less repetitive strain. Technology skills development, growth field with expansion opportunities, less susceptible to automation than basic data entry, and experience with content moderation can lead to community management or social media roles. Online tutoring offers high hourly rates if you have subject expertise, and flexible scheduling with better income potential, and skills development in communication and teaching, and can lead to curriculum development or educational consulting opportunities. Here's my honest assessment based on comprehensive market research. You watched this far because you need practical information about data entry opportunities, not false promises or fear-mongering. Treat it as a temporary bridge income with clear exit strategy. Use flexible schedules to develop more valuable skills like customer service, virtual assistance, or technical abilities, and then set a clear timeline for transition to better opportunities, typically 12 to 24 months maximum, and build savings while learning high income skills and high income abilities, and maintain your perspective on the long-term career goals. Create a skill development plan while doing data entry, and take online courses in growing fields, and use steady income to invest in certifications or training programs, and network with professionals in your target field and build a portfolio of higher value skills. Focus exclusively on legitimate categories and apply only to medical, legal, insurance, and government contract positions. Research companies thoroughly before any application using multiple verification sources. Verify business legitimacy through the Better Business Bureau, LinkedIn, and employee reviews. Trust your instincts about questionable opportunities. Apply through verified channels only. Use established job boards like Indeed, ZipRecruiter, and go directly to company career pages, and work with legitimate staffing agencies like Kelly Services, Robert Half, and Maximus. Avoid email links from unknown companies or social media job postings. Never pay money for any job opportunity under any circumstances. Real employers provide training, software, equipment at no cost. Any upfront payment request is a scam indicator, and legitimate companies invest in employee success. Your skills and time are the only investment required. Document everything for your protection, and keep records of all job applications and communications, and save job postings and company information. Screenshot suspicious interactions and report obvious scams to protect others through FTC complaints and job board reporting. Verify company legitimacy through multiple sources, and check official website and social media presence. Look up company registration through state business databases, and read employee reviews on Glassdoor and Indeed, and verify physical address and contact information. Realistic job search timeline is 2 to 4 weeks to identify and apply to legitimate opportunities, and multiple applications are required due to the competition for legitimate positions, and skills assessment and interview process adds time, and training period before full productivity usually takes 1 to 4 weeks. Income development starts with entry-level positions offering steady but moderate pay. Performance improvement increases earning potential over time, and specialization in specific systems can command higher rates. Experience with multiple platforms increases marketability. Plan your transition strategy from the beginning. Most successful data entry workers use it for 6 to 18 months while developing other skills. Set specific goals for skill development and career advancement, and use the stable income and flexible schedule strategically. Develop specialization within data entry work. Medical data entry with HIPAA certification commands higher rates. Legal transcription with court reporting skills pays premium rates. Insurance experience with specific software expertise increases value. Build relationships with your chosen industry and connect with colleagues and supervisors and learn about advancement opportunities within your company and understand how data entry experience can lead to other roles. Document your achievements and develop metrics. Track your accuracy rates, productivity improvements, and any process improvements you suggest. This information becomes valuable for performance reviews and future job applications. Create multiple income streams if possible. Some data entry workers combine medical and legal work. Others add freelance transcription to their full-time positions. Diversification provides income security and skill development. Here's the complete truth about data entry work based on comprehensive market analysis and real-world experience from people actually doing this work. 60% of data entry postings are scams designed to steal money through sophisticated fraud schemes. 40% are legitimate opportunities in healthcare, legal, insurance, and government sectors that provide steady income for the right person. Success requires the ability to identify legitimate opportunities and avoid fraud, and income is steady but moderate and suitable for specific situations. The work itself is exactly what it sounds like. You'll spend hours entering information into computer systems. It requires attention to detail, patience with repetitive tasks, and comfort with technology. The pace is steady, the expectations are clear, and the work is measurable. Choose data entry if you need flexible income while developing other skills. You can navigate scam-heavy markets successfully. You're comfortable with routine, detail-oriented work. You view this as a bridge income, not career destination. You have a clear plan for skill development and career progression. Avoid data entry if you're seeking high growth potential. You need immediate high income above $50,000 a year, or you're not confident spotting scams and protecting yourself from fraud. You want transferable skill development that leads to better opportunities. You need variety and intellectual stimulation in your work. If you decide to pursue data entry, focus only on medical, legal, insurance, and government categories, and apply through verified companies and established job boards, and never pay money for any job opportunity. Research companies thoroughly before applying and use the position strategically while building better opportunities and better qualifications. Set up your scam protection system. Learn the 5 red flags by heart and create a company verification checklist and document all interactions. Trust your instincts about suspicious opportunities. Develop your exit strategy before you start. Identify the skills you want to develop and create a timeline for transition to better work. Use a steady income to invest in your future. Data entry can be a useful stepping stone for the right person in the right situation. It provides steady income, flexible scheduling, and work from home experience, but it's not a long-term career solution for most people. The best outcome happens when people use data entry strategically. They treat it as temporary income while building better qualifications. They develop relationships and experience that lead to advancement opportunities, and they use the skills and knowledge gained to transition into better roles. I've compiled comprehensive research on legitimate data entry companies, complete scam protection checklists, and alternative career paths with better growth potential. This research includes company contact information, application strategies, and interview preparation guides. This research is available in my Patreon Blueprint database. Link is in the description. What's your experience with data entry job searching? Have you encountered scams or found legitimate opportunities? Share your story in the comments to help others make informed decisions. And your experience could save someone from financial loss or help them find legitimate work. Remember, the goal isn't just to work from home, it's to build sustainable income that improves your life. Data entry can be part of that strategy, but only if you separate real opportunities from elaborate fraud. Only if you view it as a stepping stone rather than a destination. Only if you use it to strategically build towards better opportunities. This is about making informed decisions with honest information. And whether you choose data entry or pursue other opportunities, protect yourself from scams and build towards work that truly fulfills your goals. Keep climbing, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace.